You are live with Dr. Chapa. Good morning, good day, whatever time you're tuned in. I am so thrilled, so thankful, and excited to bring to you another edition of the Dr. Chapa Wellness Show. That's right. Hey, listen, I come every week bearing gifts, teaching people how to live better, be better, and stay better. What better gift is today's message but your brain? I want to make sure that you have an understanding of how to take care of your brain's longevity. I just heard a patient story just the other day of a family member that they don't think they'll see again in their right mind. Their dementia has kicked in and it's on the decline, and they have no way of pulling them out. That is a sad reality that many people find themselves in. So when I come online and I'm sharing these sensitive subject matters, I definitely never want to come across as if this is easy or if this is just, I'm not taking it serious in your case or making light of a situation. Brain issues are a long goodbye. They're very difficult to watch for the caregivers. And it is very, very sad to watch somebody that you once thought was a hero turn to a very inept person that can't take care of themselves anymore. And it's your life, your health, your choice. So if you're tuned in, praise God that you have your mental acuity, that you still have some vigor and vip, that you still have energy and vitality. Because guys, there is nothing more precious than our health. There is nothing more vibrant than having the energy to get up every day. I love one of my patients, he always says, every day is a good day, Dr. Chapa, just some days are better than others. And I appreciate that, because the reality is we all get kicked in the teeth, we all get curveballs, we all have rains and seasons of storm coming against us, but we also have days where we can see the sunshine, that we can wake up with a spring in our step because we have breath in our lungs. Praise be the Lord. So not to go off on a tangent, because I oftentimes do, but it's for a good reason. I get excited about teaching people how to live better, be better, stay better, one bite at a time. And that's why the Dr. Chapa Show exists. And I want you guys to know that there's so many topics to talk about. People say, Dr. Chapa, how do you know so much about all this stuff? And I'm like, guys, 21 years of practice, I've seen almost everything. I know there's always going to be somebody that brings me some weird issue that has never been able to be cured or fixed or even comprehended. But here's what I know. All life starts and stops at the cellular level, and nutrition is what? The fundamental driver of all things. So if you want your health to go onward, upward, goodward, and Godward, you got to eat well, be well, think well, you got to pray well, rest well, play well, all those fun things. If you want to go off into the spiral dump, Chapa, good morning, good day, Whatever time you're tuned in, I am so thrilled, so thankful, and excited to bring to you another edition of the Dr. Chapa Wellness Show. That's right. Hey, listen, I come every week bearing gifts, teaching people how to live better, be better, and stay better. What better gift is today's message but your brain? I want to make sure that you have an understanding of how to take care of your brain's longevity. I just heard a patient story just the other day of a family member that they don't think they'll see again in their right mind. Their dementia has kicked in and it's on the decline, and they have no way of pulling them out. That is a sad reality that many people find themselves in. So when I come online and I'm sharing these sensitive subject matters, I definitely never want to come across as if this is easy or if this is just, I'm not taking it serious in your case or making light of a situation. Brain issues are a long goodbye. They're very difficult to watch for the caregivers. And it is very, very sad to watch somebody that you once thought was a hero turn to a very inept person that can't take care of themselves anymore. And it's your life, your health, your choice. So if you're tuned in, praise God that you have your mental acuity, that you still have some vigor and vip, that you still have energy and vitality. Because guys, there is nothing more precious than our health. There is nothing more vibrant than having the energy to get up every day. I love one of my patients, he always says, every day is a good day, Dr. Chapa, just some days are better than others. And I appreciate that, because the reality is we all get kicked in the teeth, we all get curveballs, we all have rains and seasons of storm coming against us, but we also have days where we can see the sunshine, that we can wake up with a spring in our step because we have breath in our lungs. Praise be the Lord. So not to go off on a tangent, because I oftentimes do, but it's for a good reason. I get excited about teaching people how to live better, be better, stay better, one bite at a time. And that's why the Dr. Chapa Show exists. And I want you guys to know that there's so many topics to talk about. People say, Dr. Chapa, how do you know so much about all this stuff? And I'm like, guys, 21 years of practice, I've seen almost everything. I know there's always going to be somebody that brings me some weird issue that has never been able to be cured or fixed or even comprehended. But here's what I know. All life starts and stops at the cellular level, and nutrition is what? The fundamental driver of all things. So if you want your health to go onward, upward, goodward, and Godward, you got to eat well, be well, think well, you got to pray well, rest well, play well, all those fun things. If you want to go off into the spiral dumps of symptom land, which I know you're smarter than that, you don't want to go there, neither do I, which is why you're tuned in to the show. So share this message with a friend, family, loved one, and let's jump right on in. Tonight, we're talking about a fun favorite topic that I enjoy talking about so very much, day in and day out, the gut, the brain, and the connection therein. How it impacts your sleep, how it impacts your mood, how it impacts your memory and longevity, your vitality, and of course, healthy aging. That's right. The brain gut connection is everything. People don't realize it, but the brain is secondary. The gut is primary. The gut and the brain, if you look at this picture of this synergy, what is similar about the left picture and the right picture? There's a lot of squigglies. It looks like a bunch of worms caked up on top of each other. That's not a parasite video. I know where some of your heads are at. Literally, look at it. It looks like a walnut. It looks like the gut looks like the brain. There is a connection. There's 3 million more neurotransmitters in your digestive tract than there is in your brain. Do you know what that means? That means that your brain is able to comprehend the sixth sense from the gut. The gut health indicates how well and how you learn, how your energy and vibrancy goes up day in and day out, if you crash or not, if you have issues with names, numbers, and words, all derived from gut lining health. So your gut is critical and key, and most people have no idea how important it is. And what we're going to talk about, how it impacts our sleep, our mood, our memory, and our longevity. So the gut-brain-spinal connections and how digestive health, spinal function, inflammation, nutrition, and cholesterol are impacted. Well, does it just have to be cholesterol? I did a whole series on this. I could put thyroid in that position. I could put lungs in that position. I can put your skin in that position. I can put the urogenital system. That means the female genital parts, the male genital parts. I can put any connection back to the gut lining. We call it the holobiome. If you get the gut lining right, you will impact everything in your longevity. You will have a better mental processing speed. Did you know that your brain literally takes a bath in the first 3 hours of rest, and then it goes into a long-term memory status using the hippocampus, and everything you learned today is then run through this process to be broken down into microbits to be filed for long-term memory. Really cool. Supernatural revelation, knowledge, and recall then is what we look for in what we call healthy, revitalized aging. Focus, memory, names, numbers, words, making sure you can phrase words together in a sequence that makes sense, and that when you comprehend something, you even have a timeline to put it with. Because nobody wants to say, hey, you remember when, and it was yesterday. Or I can't, they start talking about in the present about things that happened years ago, and that is their current reality. They're living in the past. This is all gut-brain spinal connections and wiring and firing and making sure everything is doing what it's supposed to. So why this matters so much? Because people are dealing with anxiety day in and day out, depression day in and day out, and they're leaning into mental suppression drugs as a resource. And unfortunately, this is creating a neural inflammatory fire inside the gut lining. Many people have poor sleep. Many people have brain fog. Many people come to see me with low energy. Is that you? And if that is you, I hope that you'll put in the comments below and let us send you one of our detox books. We've got some great information on how to teach you how to get this gut-brain connection realigned. So just put fire in the brain and we will send you a copy of that PDF booklet that we put together. It will help you detoxify your body. It'll help strengthen your body. It'll help, most importantly, brain function in and through your life. That's important. Memory challenges are real, but the body, one of the hardest things the body does, I learned this from Tom Cooley, who wrote Change Your Habits, Change Your Life, that new skills requires a boatload of nutritional energy and a boatload of resources throughout the body to build a neural pathway. So when you get a cue, you hear a bell and the Pavlov's dog, and the dog starts salivating. Well, there's certain cues that you go through. Let's say it's a stress trigger and now you crave pizza. Let's say it's a stress trigger and now you're going to the bar after work. It's a I didn't get good sleep and now you're leaning into energy drinks in the morning. Or these triggers or cues are things that you have habitually created over time, and your body compensates through these issues that you have found to get through your day. And this is everybody. We're all dealing with this. And this is why it matters that if we can get digestion right, we can change a person's mood. Because if your digestion is slow and sluggish, so is your brain. Your brain is slow and sluggish. So it's important to understand that if your gut lining is properly digesting food, if it's properly absorbing food, if it's properly detoxing, if it's properly manufacturing, if it's properly excreting trash, waste, and debris, guess what? Your mood is going to be fine. Your sleep is going to be fine. Your recovery is going to be better than ever. You just need to go to sleep sometimes. Like, it's okay to get tired at night. When the sun goes down, we should get tired, but all of our homes are lit up like Fort Knox with cell phones and TVs and Alexa apps and dings on the emails, and that life never stops now that we've allowed cell phones and Wi-Fi to our lives. And so your mood may be altered because of your home hygiene from an electromagnetic pollution perspective, but that's the answer to a different question. Tonight we're talking about the gut, because this is truly something you can change, and many people don't know that their gut lining is a product of what they eat, what they drink, and how they get through their day with managing stress, or how they take care of their evening and preparing for a deep level of sleep so they get maximal growth hormone output, and to maximize their detox channels during the night so that they wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, not depressed, right? So often these symptoms come in waves and they hit all of us at different stages of our lives. So today our goal is to understand the connection and learn practical ways to support long-term health. So the gut-brain-spinal connection, your body functions as an integrated system. There is not one system that stands alone. What part of the watch tells time, I like to say? The gut-brain connection is just a section of the systems that we're talking about. But the gut does indeed communicate to the brain, and the brain does communicate in response to the gut's health. The brain communicates with the body, telling the body how to perform better and respond better. But if you don't have the resources because the gut couldn't absorb it, that's a major problem. And so your nervous system carries messages throughout the body, and we don't want misfiring of these signals when they're delivered. We don't want to play that telephone game where your brain, or somebody whispers in my ear a message, and by the time it gets full circle back, it's something completely and utterly different than the original message and intent. The spinal system and the spine protects your nervous system. And so all things working together, even your gut-bone connections matter. So when one area is struggling, everything begins to show up in its entirety at some level. And it's just wherever is your weak link in the chain of command. Healthy communication between systems gives us better sleep, better growth hormone recovery, better detox. When we can fall asleep within 10, 15 minutes, I've met so many people that can't fall asleep within an hour, 2 hours. Oh, if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. You'll go crazy. You will have symptoms of hormone dysregulation. You'll have symptoms of memory lapse. And it's just because you need sleep. You'll get symptoms of fibromyalgia, adrenal fatigue. You'll have headaches. You'll struggle with blood pressure problems, all because you don't get a good night's sleep. And then how could you have a good mood? How could you have a sharp memory? How could you have more energy? And how could you ever expect to age well? You couldn't. And so it's important that you grasp hold of these conversations early, and again, looking at the complexity of what is inside your digestive abdomen right now. You got that gargantuan liver, you got a pancreas, you got a stomach, you got a small and large intestines, you got a rectum, and then a exit strategy. Yeah, that's right. It's very much simple. It's just not necessarily easy in a culture that is tearing apart your health. Now, what do I mean by that? Xenoestrogens. If you're bathing in soap, if you haven't a filter on your home, you're getting exposed to xenoestrogens. If you got good smelling plugins in your house, you've got xenoestrogens. If you're eating fake food, processed food, foods with a label, odds are you're getting access to xenoestrogens. If you're putting hair gel, certain toothpaste that are laced with chemicals and metals, you are creating a problem for your hormones to regulate you into a highly metabolic engine, and instead you're just and what happens is when toxins continue to rise, your immune function dips. When your digestion is inadequate, your immune system dips. And when your immune system isn't able to keep up with the day-to-day demands due to over-accumulation of waste, trash, toxins, debris, and inability to excrete waste effectively, most people don't know that you should be having 2 to 3 bowel movements every day. A lot of the carnivore people believe that, oh, well, I eat so clean that my body's using all the fuel and there's nothing left in there. Listen, every good wood shop has sawdust. Every job done, there is going to be byproduct. You have organic acids, you have lactic acid, you have all kinds of debris that pops off. I mean, simple conversation of minerals. When you digest a mineral, they're inert, they're useless until acted upon by a healthy digestive stomach. And the stomach really is the most critical part, because most people today are being put on PPIs, which are antacids. If you have acid reflux indigestion, silent reflux, whatever they're going to call it, and they're going to drug you for it, they're essentially sabotaging your stomach, altering your body's ability to break down food, and therefore inability to absorb the food at a rate that you need, that I need, that we need, our bodies need in order to keep up with the daily demands of life. Okay, so important that we get this. So if this is happening and your immune system is misfiring, your digestive system is misfiring, inflammation goes up. Inflammation is simply a fire happening in the body. Hormones get dysregulated. Nutritional absorption crashes. And of course, your brain has no fuel And you want your brain to be fueled and stimulated. It's the only two things your brain really needs. And so it happens here in the gut lining. And when this gut lining does what it's supposed to, the brain kicks on. So approximately 70% of the immune system is located in your gut. Think about that for a second. Now, I'm going to tell you, I went conservative with this stat because the truth is I could make a case that it's 100%. I even read a book that we're 100% 95% microbes, 5% human, which I think is fascinating in and of itself. But so we are, when I look at you and you look at me, synergistically a product of how I've been taking care of myself and how I've been fueling myself. When the gut suffers, inflammation gets out of hand, you increase the impact on your overall well-being, and it oftentimes isn't looking good. And that's why people are on what we call the aging curve. And that's the truth, man. We are all on this curve, and we've got to get this right. So I want to encourage you guys to stay in the game with us day in and day out, and know that you can do this good work day in and day out well. But you and people oftentimes, well, I just can't be perfect, Dr. Chapa. Like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, look, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. Just start somewhere. It could be with one of our maintenance programs, a multivitamin, fish oil, multi-mineral. There's nothing better than stimulating in your mitochondria. There's nothing better than knowing that you're feeding your body with healthy, vibrant nutrients in order to get the mitochondria in the cells working better so that you have better synergy, right? There's nothing better than being on a small brain protocol if you've got a big project on the line. Bet your bottom dollar I took some nutrition before I got on this call. Why? Because I want to be my best for you. I want you to be your best for me. And it's your job to take care of you in a culture that isn't designed to take care of you. One last thing, if you're eating breads that are laced with glyphosate, which by the way, that's Roundup. By the way, if you spray Roundup around your house, your gut lining is torn apart. That's called leaky gut. You are essentially, anytime you let the spray man spray your house, pesticides, you're getting leaky gut options, room for opportunity for error, for the system to misfire and break down more rapidly. So the gut and mood, okay, did you know that much of your body's serotonin is produced in the digestive tract? Well, what is serotonin? Serotonin is a feel-good hormone, a neurotransmitter, brain chemical for joy. You know what I say about joy? Joy is Jesus on you, baby. Come on, J-O-Y. And serotonin is what we call a satisfying neurotransmitter, where dopamine is like a hit of chocolate or a hit of a stimulant or whatever people use in the form of a drug to nurture their wounds and get them through their day, limp along, if you will, survive, not thrive. And so getting people to manage their neurotransmitters is not easy because, well, one, you shouldn't have to worry about it, except that when you are putting in processed food, garbage foods, anything with a label, when you're getting into fake, make artificial stimulants day in and day out, the 4 deadly food additives, we have, by the way, a cool document we can give you on this very topic. Just put in 4 deadly food additives and we will teach you how and what those look like and how they're impacting your mood, your sleep, your emotions, and your stress. And of course, when the gut and mood connections are misfiring, you're going to be an emotional wreck. You're going to feel like a basket case. You're going to feel like something is wrong and that your system is not processing well, and people are going to look at you funny, and you're going to second guess yourself, and your self-image is going to go down the toilet, and your confidence is going to go out the window. Hey, look, slow down, breathe. It's going to be okay, because that's why we're here to learn. If you can name a thing, Aristotle says, you can control a thing. And so all these things that I'm sharing with you right now should encourage you, because if I can talk about it, I can help you fix it. Okay, that's why we have our communities. That's why we have our detox program. We're running a detox program every month with people. We have anywhere from 10 to 25 people in every group. Why? Because we're teaching people how to live better, be better, stay better. And we're serving and teaching and training them how important it is that their gut be healthy, their liver be detoxed. Because if you want a good gut and a good liver, you've got to take the bull by the horns. If you want a strong thyroid, you better have a good liver and a good gut. I mean, if you want longevity and mental clarity, you better have a good liver and a good gut. The liver's the giver, and everything starts in the gut. It's that simple. If you get these two messages, everything starts in the gut and the liver is the, you know that if you take care of these two systems, it will start to take care of a lot of things without you even knowing what serotonin does or what GABA does or catecholamines do. Or, you don't have to be a neuroscientist to know this stuff. You just got to understand that if you have an sensitivity to stress, if you're irritable and inflamed all the time, if you're anxious, nervous, overwhelmed, moody, cranky, frustrated, then more than likely your gut is backed up. Your gut is sluggish. So even if you are having a bowel movement once a day, odds are it ain't enough, because you might have 5, 10, 15 meals caked up inside your body, and that's creating your problems. And the sleep starts the gut health restoration program. If you're not getting a quality night's sleep every night, you are absolutely missing opportunities for what we call longevity gains. I want gains. I want muscle gains. I want neural gains. I want productivity gains, creative gains. I don't want to be behind the 8 ball. I want to be able to make good, fast decisions. I want to be able to be confident in those decisions. But if I've got a nasty night of sleep and I don't sleep well, you can't really recover from that well. So if you have difficulty falling asleep, if you have nighttime waking to pee or stare at the ceiling, or nightmares, restlessness, tossing and turning and beating up your pillow at night, if you have low energy all the day long, wishing that nighttime would come, and then nighttime comes and you cannot really fall asleep and you just lay there again wondering why, you need to get enrolled in one of our wellness programs. Go to justlivewell.com. Go to drchapawellness.com. Let us teach you how to live your best, be your best, stay your best. Share these videos, but I'm telling you, this information is priceless. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You want good balanced blood sugar? It all starts in the gut. It all starts in what you eat and how your body detoxes and manages the food that you're putting in. If you put make-believe food in, the best you'll ever have is make-believe health. I know, I've said it 100 times, but I'll say it again because I want you to get this. Proper hydration. Hey, look, hydrate. If you're not hydrating well, you are behind. Now, I'm not saying guzzle down 2 gallons of water a day. It could be as simple as taking a mineral with your water. It could be as simple as taking healthy wellness salt. Again, shop.justlivewell.com. We sell all kinds of cool products, salt being one of them. And I use a salt that's got 100 different trace elements and trace minerals. It's from Hawaii. It's from Australia. It's from 2,500 meters below the sea. It's sun-dried to the point where the nutrient content is there. And you will get the bang for your buck when you take it, I assure you. I have a microbiome salt and I have a wellness salt. You can call our office. If you go to justlivewell.com, you have access to all of our gear and we can teach you how to get enrolled. So healthy digestion is my bag, man. I have been teaching people about healthy digestion forever and ever, and I want you to know this information. So stay in the game day in and day out. When you reduce inflammation because of a healthier digestion, your longevity is going to improve, your lifespan. And beyond that, your peak span, how you perform at every junction of the day. And how you start your day impacts how you end your day. How you sleep at night determines how you restore from today to tomorrow, and that is longevity. So better sleep supports the brain, okay? Memory, brain health, all necessary things that we all want to have. The brain requires oxygen. Number one most important nutrient we all get day in and day out is what? Oxygen, of course. And believe it or not, if I had to put it in the right order, I would move sleep, and I will after this video, to the nutrients area, because quality sleep's number 2. If you don't get a good night's sleep, you're wrecked. And believe it or not, number 3 is not even on my list. You know what it is? It's vitamin D from the sun. So sunshine, grounding outside. That's number 3 is the most important. Number 4 would be hydration, okay? And for your minerals and micronutrients. Number 5 would be nutrients. And that will all impact healthy circulation. That will stabilize your blood sugar, because the 6th one is exercise. And if the dude don't move, I always like to say, the dude don't groove, right? So you've got to really have fun with these ideas, because if you want your body and brain to perform at the rate that you deserve, then you've got to be taking the bull by the horns. And at justlivewell.com, at drchapawellness.com, we teach people every day how to be the best version of themselves. And again, that's why we take communities seriously. We want you to tune into the Monday night class. We want you to share these messages with your friends, family, and loved ones. You're worth it, guys. I care about you. I love you. I'm excited to give you my best each and every week. It's up to you. It's your life, your health, your choice. If you want quality, if you want peak span, you better step into the Dr. Chapa realm, baby. Come on. Common signs that your brain is behind the 8 ball is you're forgetful, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, or noises distract you really easy, mental fatigue. Supporting gut, supporting your nervous system work hand in hand together in order to build a better version of you. So understand that we are working hard together in order to be the best we can for each other and for those around us. So I really want you to be encouraged as you go through this process with me to just stay present in the game of living your best each and every day. The role of the spine in the nervous system. Did you know that your spine has these little nerve endings that go out and stimulate different organ systems? Did you know that you can feed the organs and reverse engineer and build a better neural pathway back into the spine? Essentially creating a cyclical feedback loop one way or the other in order to create everything that we need in order to build the best version of you as the neural man or woman that you are. If you look at yourself in this hologram, radical that thing looks. There's a lot of cool stuff happening inside your body just in this picture. It's like a really cool biodigital jazz matrix. And I want you to understand it is complex, man, it's complex. The nervous system is your body's cellular communication network. And they're endless. I have this cool app that I use and I show people you as a digital wiring, neural, lymphatic, circulatory artery, vein, and when you see it all put together, it is mind-boggling to the beauty that God knit you together in your mother's womb, making you strong and vibrant all the day long. Healthy nervous system function supports movement. Well, who doesn't want to move well? The dude don't move, the dude don't groove, right? And of course, a healthy nervous system supports good digestion. Your digestion is a giant smooth muscle. Did you know? So just like you going to the gym and having good exercise practices, we need good digestive practices. So self-massage, like rubbing your liver, rubbing your bowels, putting a TENS unit even, sitting in a sauna, having belly massages will absolutely stimulate this neural pathway in reverse order from the visceral organ systems into the spine to maximize impact on how the body stays in balance, stays coordinated, stays in healthy function at the cellular level, all the way to the system level, to the systemic level, head to foot, toes to nose. So when the body's communicating well, you're feeling it. You're in your groove. You feel alive in a vibrant space and you're creative. And that's why I come to you guys each week hoping to be the same. Creative, energized, ready to rock and roll, because I believe that the tools that I'm preaching and teaching are truly serving me. They're truly serving my people, and the people that choose to follow my work are winning. Their joints are more alive and vibrant, and they feel like they want to go for a walk. They're less fatigued. They feel energized. And you have inflammation if you have symptoms that you weren't genetically born with, like joint pain, weight gain, brain fog, fatigue of all kinds, digestive issues, concentrative or cognitive decline, and accelerated aging, seemingly skin de-illumination. Guess what? Your inflammation aging rate is accelerating against you. Let's slow that baby down. Let's get rid of these processed foods. Let's get rid of sugar. If you knew that sugar was going in your gas tank right now, would you go outside and stop the person doing it? Of course you would. If you were somebody was going to flatten your tires, and if sugar was the knife that was stabbing the tire, would you try to put a stop to that? Of course you would. Well, do you lock your doors at night? Or do you let the invaders in, right? So processed food are the invaders that we're allowing in our homes, and we're seeing at high rate toxins coming in our front doors, however you bring your groceries in. And the processed food is disrupting your sleep, which is disrupting how you stress physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's causing you to feel fatigued and sluggish. And did you know, by definition, food should give you energy and vitality, and you should have a want to and motivation to play well. But if you don't, guess what? Odds are you're probably not eating real food. So we reduce the inflammation, we improve the man, or in this case, the woman. And believe it or not, did you know another fun fact? Women, Big responsibility you'll have because you make 95% of all the health decisions for the family. 5% of the time, you'll find a crazy fellow like myself who's into this stuff. Most guys just want this simple, easy fix. Hey, stick the pill in my butt, give me the shot. I want high testosterone so I can be the man, so I can be the bull in a china closet. Hey, sure, fine, I get it. But that's not the